I grew up in poverty.
Okay.
I've lived around poverty. I've seen my friends in poverty. I've seen poverty every day.
Bespoke Minds Podcast, a place where we actively discuss mental health, self-care and healing, share stories to enhance our insight in an interactive way. Hello and welcome to Bespoke Minds Podcast. Today we have a very special guest. We have the one and only Glodi.
Hello.
He's been here before. He's not a stranger, but today we've got a lovely one-to-one talk with him. So, welcome back.
Hello. Thank you for having me back.
No, honestly, so excited to have you here. From your session last time, you touched on your story just a little bit, and it was really captivating and very empowering. So we thought it's only right to have you back because you've got a lot of gems to drop.
Thank you.
Before we dive into the conversation, we'd like to play a little game, which is called Break the Ice, as you know. So I'm going to say two opposites and then you state your preference and tell me why. Okay. Do you prefer jollof rice or rice and peas?
Ooh.
It's a tricky one, isn't it?
I prefer jollof rice.
Okay.
If it's cooked perfectly. I don't like it too oily.
You don't like it too oily?
Some of jollof rice a bit oily and I don't like that.
Do you prefer the Ghanaian way or the Nigerian way, or you don't have a preference?
I don't have a preference. Literally don't have a preference. As long as it's just cooked good, I prefer jollof rice over rice and peas.
Okay. Do you find yourself eating more jollof rice than rice and peas?
Yeah, because I usually go to like loads of African. I go to more African restaurants than I do Jamaicans.
Okay.
Growing up, I used to go to a lot of Caribbean food shops, this and that. But I think that was just because I wasn't aware of like the African restaurants at the time. You know, when I was growing up, there wasn't really
a variety.
Their promotion wasn't really, do you know what I mean? But now I go to like most food shops like in my area in Deptford, Island Booker, Tommy's and Niche.
Oh yes, you can't go wrong there. Do they still have that Chinese all you can eat, the one next to opposite Lewisham College?
I think I remember.
I don't know what it's called, but I remember I used to go there. It used to be really good.
I've been there once, like years ago with my family, and then just never been back. I mean, it might still be there.
Yeah, definitely. Because I used to work in Albany. Some people say Albany, the theatre in Deptford. I'm not sure, just behind the market. Albany, yeah. I call it Albany, but it's Albany, yeah. So I used to work there back in 2006. So I spent a lot of time in Deptford. I know the area quite well. Okay, but again, I'm sure lots of things have changed, isn't it?
No,
things are always changing. Definitely. Do you prefer peace or war? Which one are you more inclined like to?
I'd rather peace. The purpose of war is just someone trying to take control. That's all it comes down to. Like if you look at countries that are warring each other, if you look at gangs that are warring, it's about getting peace or someone else trying to claim something of someone else. So if everyone just kept to themselves and worked together, then there'll be peace all around.
Do you think like ego plays a big role? Like for instance, I don't know, ego, reputation.
No, definitely. Ego is one of those dangerous things where mankind, it's like a gorilla just tapping their chest in the zoo. Like, do you know what I'm saying? They want to stand out and like, I'm like, the
look
alpha.
At me, do
you know what I'm saying? And you can use that same concept. Look at governments and presidents in countries and things like that. Everyone wants to have the loudest bang, the loudest everything. You know what I mean? I'm not going to call out any countries, but everyone knows that.
Definitely, we can definitely experience it today as well. Because I think growing up, you know, back in the days, you know, in the history books, we hear about war and stuff like that. But lately,
social media has made war more like in your face. Do you know what I'm saying? Growing up, we used to hear about war and like back in the day, you hear that the soldiers have gone to Afghanistan and you wouldn't really see anything. You wouldn't really hear anything. But then now it's like you're seeing it on your phone.
That's it.
You're scrolling, you're seeing the genocide, if you like. You're seeing the people getting separated, ripped away from their families. And it's becoming more surreal. But then at the same time, it's like, it's desensitizing it. And it's making it like
it's trying to normalize it, And I love your example and illustration about the gorilla, you know. I actually envisioned that and I said, yep, that's it. Like there's a lot of people that need to get off their high horse and just humble themselves.
100%. At the end of the day, we're all human beings, innit? We all like came from a woman. We all cried as a baby. Some of us. We all
bleed the same.
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like, why kill ourselves for something that we're never actually really going to ever own?
That's it. The fight is bigger than us.
The fight is bigger than us. You know what I mean? We can fight for something and you can actually have it. But when you die, you're dead, innit?
That's it.
It's nothing. So there's no point wiping away our generation for temporary things. That's literally all it is.
Yeah. No, I love that. We're definitely going to go into that and deeper into that. And lastly, do you prefer waffles or pancakes?
Pancakes. I think they're thinner, easier to eat. You can add more to it.
True.
Waffles, it's more of a task to eat. It's bigger, like, do you know what I mean? But
yeah, I've been making a lot more pancakes, especially with my little daughter now. Before I couldn't, now I'm a pancake pro. Waffles, I like I love them, but they're really sweet as well. Exactly. I think my tolerance is, sometimes I can't tolerate it as much as I used to. And I have to be in the mood for kind of waffles.
I actually had pancakes this morning.
Oh, did you? What did you have it with?
Literally just 4 scrambled eggs with mackerel.
Oh, nice.
And cereal.
Do you have syrup or you don't usually take it with syrup?
No syrup. Yeah. I actually don't have no sugar in my house.
Okay.
I don't buy sugar.
No, that's really good. Like I know I don't, like when I have a cup of tea, I take honey as substitute.
Yeah.
But what I'm finding, honey is not always that good as well.
Yeah.
But what I'm doing is a lot, because I live, I can't say where I live, but yeah, I've discovered African honey, which is really good.
Is it?
Yeah.
I heard of that. Is it like raw honey or something?
Raw honey.
Yeah.
So I know in certain markets, like I know I get mine from Dalston Market as well. So really good African honey, 100% like manioca.
Oh, is
and
it?
Proper honey, really good.
No, I do have honey in my cupboard, but I literally like the tiniest squeeze. I'm so bland. My coffees, my teas, my cereals. Like anything I eat, I don't add anything to it. I just have it bland.
We're very disciplined. Wow. You need to give me some tips. So we're going to move on to the next segment, which is Have You Ever? So I'm going to ask 3 Have You Ever questions. So the first one is, have you ever experienced poverty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I grew up in poverty.
Okay.
I've lived around poverty. I've seen my friends in poverty. I've seen poverty every day. It's still going on now. I'm still in poverty myself. I haven't made it. I'm not like far from poverty. Like I can see it. I can touch it. Do you know what I mean? So it's so real, innit?
It is. And I think like growing up before, certain places there was poverty. Like for instance, you know, the typical Peckham, Hackney, maybe Brixton. But now we're in a recession. And we've got a national crisis. So I think, especially here in the UK, we're experiencing poverty a lot more. I don't know how you feel, but a lot of the time, the mindset was like, oh, poverty's back in Africa, Asia is far away. But now, even something like free school meals, that's been a constant fight. There's so many children going, without food.
Yeah, they've got these pots where you can go and get food now. You can go there and they'll give you...
Oh, like the food banks.
That's what it's called. Yeah, they've got food banks now. That wasn't around when I was growing up.
It wasn't around at all.
You know what I mean? But I think the government recognises that they need to do more to support people of low household income.
100%.
And people who are struggling with poverty, because at the end of the day,
100.
and it's up there with the biggest of countries. Do you know what I mean? So we must be doing something right if we're like side by side with like America and other bigger countries. If you look on the map, we're literally just like a boot.
Honestly, and it's just disheartening because like just the other day, the amount of food bank referrals that I've been doing, for people, young people and families and individuals just to go and access and to top up because they don't have. So even now, as I'm doing assessments, we have to ask them, do you have food? Do you have shelter? Do you, are you cold? These basic fundamental needs that we've always had, but we're living in a time whereas we don't have it. So there's no shame in that whatsoever as well. And help is available, but a lot more could be done, just like
a lot more could always be done. Like, do you know what I'm saying? These things should be essential. Do you know what I mean? And I know it's difficult to, so it's because I'm a PT, but I know it's difficult to like eat healthy when you have low income, which then obviously goes into like obesity.
No, I completely agree and understand, because it's like, we know the food prices and stuff has increased, but even when you want to eat healthy, sometimes it's expensive to eat healthy, because when you look at the prices of some things, like for instance, I don't know, grapes or even bread kept rising, but now it's stopped, and bread's not really good for you, you would say. But a lot of the times it's just easier and it's cheaper to get a takeaway rather, which is obviously fattening and greasy, and you being a PT would know, rather than, you know, even having enough to go and cook a meal is difficult.
One thing I've learned, like, eating healthy can be hard if you don't have the money, but you can actually buy, like for me, for example, I go like Aldi or whatever. Like I'll go buy vegetables, like my peppers, my onions, my garlics, my spinach, like, and then I'll buy like tins of tuna, brown rice, fruits, and I mean it's not that expensive, but I'm not eating in luxury. But I'm eating healthy. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes you gotta find that middle ground and just say to yourself, okay, I don't have enough money right now, but buy fish, buy eggs, buy things that is healthy for you. Feel better anyway once you eat that, and you can go back to your fridge and make another meal, because takeaways is good, but it's temporary.
Yeah, definitely.
You eat one meal now, it costs you what, 16, 18 pounds for a takeaway, and that's only one meal of the day.
And that doesn't even include if you've got a household as well.
Exactly.
You know, the cost of a household.
Exactly, yeah.
Have you ever been on TV?
Have I been on TV? I haven't been on TV. I'm online. I mean, I've been on TV on the news.
Oh, well, you've been on TV then.
Yeah.
Then you've definitely been on TV.
Yeah. I didn't obviously I wish I was on TV for better things. Do you know what I'm saying? But there was a stage in my life where I was going through things and the news picked up on
Okay, well, I'm sure obviously now with all the amazing things you're doing as well, you will be on TV as well for the right reasons and things that you're doing.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, no, you're definitely. And the last question from the Have You Ever questions, have you ever been influenced by the street life or the fast life?
Yeah, definitely been influenced to it. I feel like my influence maybe came, because influence is like a weird thing. It's like if you don't know what you're doing and you're just going with the flow, you won't necessarily know that you're being influenced. But then when you are of age and you're looking at something and then admiring it and then saying, this is what I want, then that's influencing you. Do you know what I mean? So I've definitely been influenced by the street life and all of that. I'm in my bedroom like many men.
Did you like dress like him?
Yeah, like yo, like this and that. Do you know what I'm saying? Big up 50 Cent, of course, is the GOAT.
So yeah, I know you've previously touched on the fact that you've been to prison in the past as well.
Yeah.
But before we get into all of that, let's take things back to the beginning.
Okay.
Because I know we've got a couple of things in common, one of which we're both advocates and both Congolese.
Yeah.
So we're both from the Congolese culture. So what was your how old was you when you came into the UK?
I don't know what month, but I came here like 1998.
Okay.
When I was 5, I turned 6 here.
I was actually born in Congo.
Was you?
Yeah. Oh, and then I came here as a baby. So I think I came like 9-10 months.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
So I've been here relatively all my life.
Yeah.
But I went back for the first time in 2019.
Oh, how was it?
It was amazing. It was amazing. And I took my daughter back in 2022.
Oh, so you've been there twice?
So yeah, I've been there twice. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to go back there.
So it was just like, it was a wake-up call. And I think for me, my parents took some time to bring me back. So I wanted to make sure that, no, I took my daughter back before, because I feel like when you're exposed to certain things, it makes you see life differently.
Yeah, definitely.
And it just opens you up to certain realities.
It humbles you as well.
That's the word. It humbles you. So I really wanted her to have that that experience to see that she's privileged, that she's doing quite well, and she's lucky, you know, and she doesn't have the opportunity that many people don't have.
Yeah.
So that was really important for me too. You have a favorite Congolese food?
I do actually, you know. I love chaki madesu.
Okay.
Separately.
So which is like, that is cassava
with like beans.
Yeah.
But it's like mixed together, cooked together, has its own separate flavor. I love that. Wanga, daba, fried as well.
Yeah. Do you like dendo?
I only learned that. You know, I was at my cousin's house the other day and what did your mom cook? Yeah, she cooked some dendo. I didn't know what that was. It's like turkey neck.
Yeah, it's turkey tail.
Oh, turkey tail.
I used to not like it, but when I went in 2019, my uncle's wife cooked it for me and I had it with some guanga. I fell in love. And ever since then, I've been eating it non-stop for the past 5 years. I love it.
Does it taste the same though here to how it tasted in
the Congo? Food back home is always, it's more organic.
Yeah, natural.
I find it's natural, it's organic.
Yeah. But
I cook my own. I go to the wholesales and I just buy and I cook.
See, the thing is, I don't know how to cook any Congolese food.
Okay.
Like, I didn't really grow up in the kitchen like that. My mum was cooking. Being away, like, made me Westernized, like rice, chicken, beef, steak from scratch. But I just don't know how to cook it Congolese.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So unless I go to my mum's or my cousin's or Congolese shop, I don't eat any.
I think that's the beauty of being, you know, British and Congolese at the same time. I think for me, when I was younger, when I was learning how to cook, like I started cooking fufu, which is semolina, age 9.
Yeah.
So I started cooking really young. My mum got me in the kitchen. I was cooking. Yeah. And then I went through my teenage phase and I was like, I'm not cooking. I'm not doing anything. You know, the mac and cheese, the carrot, like mixture of food.
Yeah.
But then by the time I went back to uni again, that's when I started cooking again.
Yeah.
So I had like dips and phases. But when mum was like trying to get me in the kitchen to cook, there was times I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. Yeah. But then as I got older and I was like, no, actually, I just naturally start. For me, I think I started eating a lot more Congolese food when I became pregnant with my daughter.
Okay. Do you know how to make guanga from scratch?
No, I don't. Okay. But my parents are now making it as well. So
I always say, like, anyone that can make guanga from scratch, you are a seasoned Congolese person. That's one of those things that people don't do.
Yeah.
Even daba. If you got time to make daba in your garden, the whatever it's called, what they call it.
Yeah, which is like the barbecue. Yeah. Because daba's lamb, isn't it? Yeah. Most people use goat, but we use lamb.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you have any, like, a favourite Congolese artist?
I don't really listen to Congolese music. Not that I don't like it, I just don't know any of it. Like, I haven't really, I can, like, growing up, I know artists like Papa Wemba.
He's still one of the legends, isn't he? Well, he's still legendary, although he's passed away.
Where son?
Yeah. Can you dance? That's the key question. Can you wind your waist?
I don't know. I'll leave that for the comments.
Because I think Congolese men are known for, you know, moving their waist. And
in my defense, gym has made me a bit stiff.
Okay. So
I can move, but probably look like a robot.
What about the rumba? What about the slow dance now?
No.
You ain't tried that.
No, I ain't tried that one still.
No, don't worry, we need to go to a Congolese party.
No,
I've got my friend, one of my Jamaican friends. Oh, Carl, actually, I can say your name. It's always like, CK's always at a wedding. You've always got a wedding.
Yeah.
Because apparently we have lots of weddings.
Yeah. We do.
We have lots of parties. So.
And funerals, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, unfortunately that.
I said to my dad the other day, Stop going. Like, do you know what it is? For mental health, for mental health, as your parents get older, people are going to obviously pass away, but attending every single funeral is not good for you.
It's not.
Do you know what I mean?
It's not. But I think it's just it's the community, because even people back home, that's what we do.
Yeah.
We just like congregate and we just support each other. And we
Yeah. Now, I do get the concept of it, but I feel like mental health and like,
it could be draining and quite overwhelming,
and it could feel like everyone around you is passing away.
That's it.
Which is not good.
Yeah. And I feel like even here in the UK, I feel like there's a lot more of us now. Like even growing up in school, I didn't have, like, in terms of now, I've got Congolese friends. I've got a big family. I come from a very big family. So I've got lots of cousins. But growing up here in the early 90s, early 2000s, there weren't much Congolese people. So I only really started to meet like a lot of Congolese people in college.
Okay.
And a lot of my friends were made, like Congolese friends were made in college and upwards.
Yeah.
But before then, from primary school, secondary school, there wasn't much.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, when I was telling people I'm Congolese, they never heard of it in their life. So I'm having to educate them, tell them about it. But now it's just, you know, so much people are more aware about.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Growing up, I grew up in Lewisham, not that huge Congolese community, especially where I grew up. My community was more like Caribbeans. You know what I'm saying? So unless we went to like family members' house, I didn't really see anyone else that was Congolese. I think there was like 2 guys that I knew growing up that was Congolese. That was it, and that's only because they went to my school.
Okay. That's the thing, and that was the norm back then, wasn't it? Yeah. So last question in terms of country, Congo. How do you keep Congo in your heart?
Food. For me, I think that's about it. Like just the food. That's how I stay in with the culture. I don't actually really know a lot of Congolese people like that. I know it's terrible. I mean, feel free to like hit me up.
To make friends, to hit him up.
Friends, you know, tell me, hey, I'm Congolese.
Yeah.
But like, I just literally don't know a lot of Congolese people like that, apart from family. And that's about it. So it's difficult for me to stay in the mix of the culture because I don't go to like weddings, I don't go to gatherings, things like that. So I just know the food.
Yeah, no, don't worry, I'm going to hook you up. The next party I've got, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. I'll be like, let's get ready, let's go. So we're going to move on to Care to Share, which is a Did You Know? So did you know that people in prison are significantly more likely to die by suicide?
Yeah, I didn't know, but I could definitely believe it. It's definitely something that I've seen in prison more than a couple of times.
Okay. That in itself is just the more research I've been doing and as I've been tapping into. So I come into contact with a lot of young people who have come out from prison.
Yeah.
I usually meet them in a sense when I'm doing assessments to see what support they need in the community after they've been to prison. And I do a lot of work into helping them integrate back into the community.
Yeah.
So PTSD is often a massive thing.
Yeah.
You know, based on the trauma that they experience in prison, definitely. Nightmares, sleepless nights, flashbacks. Even sometimes their relationship with food can change as well. So has that happened to you at all? Yeah,
I've definitely experienced PTSD, anxiety, depression in prison. And it doesn't just stop in prison. Do you know what I mean? Coming out of prison, you're still living through the traumas of fights, the noise, the banging. Like there's so much things that comes into it that realize, like, for example, just the officers walking up and down the stairs of the hall and you can hear their keys just jingling all day.
Something significant, something small like that.
Yeah, exactly. So like being home, like I could be in my house and I can hear a little bit of keys and it's like, the thing I realised that I do since I come out is I always lock the doors. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever room I'm in, I always lock myself in. Even when I go to my mum's house and I walk through the front door, like I'm putting the latch on, I'm putting the double bolt on. She's like, what's wrong with you? Yeah. But I'm like, it's there to be used because I'm used to like locks being locked.
Okay. And do you do that with the car as well? Yeah, I think that's good safety in the car. Like before I used to have people question me, why are you locking the car when you get in? You should lock your car when you get in.
Of course.
Sorry. So how do you not lose yourself in the process? Like how did you manage to maintain your sanity, but how did you preserve your mental health and well-being?
I feel like for me personally, obviously fitness has been a big factor for me that has got me through a lot of my mental issues. When I start feeling low or something, I remind myself that it's temporary. Do you know what I mean? Set my mind where like nothing lasts forever. So even if I am like feeling depressed or down or like in the moment of feeling depressed and down, I just say to myself, it's gonna pass. Do you know what I'm saying? And I try and like get up and stay active so that I can aid it to pass. Anyone out there, no shame in being depressed, but when you are depressed, just think to yourself like it's temporary, it's gonna pass, and like try to get up, get active. That fresh air is gonna clear your mind. You're gonna see things. It's gonna distract you. You might walk down the road and see something else. It's gonna distract you. Do you know what I mean? So when you get back home, for that moment, you was distracted, and you might come up with other ideas.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, it's important for you to use and create a coping mechanism. And it seems like for you, Glodi, fitness is a very good one, or keeping active.
Yeah.
So it's very important for you to have that outlet as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And to have that safe space. It's not often easy, but reaching out for help.
Yeah, asking for help.
Yeah.
People who are, you got to remember, people who are depressed and feeling low, they've tried everything, and this is where they've come to. But there's always something out there. Like, we live in a world where everyone has different abilities and different ways to help you. So even if you feel like you've hit a brick wall, there's definitely someone out there that's either experienced it, come up from it, and you can hear the experience, you can talk to them, you can network. Nowadays you can go on YouTube and just watch videos of how someone's overcome their depression. You know what I'm saying? It's not the end of the world. Knowing that it's not the end of the world is a big thing. Like, it's a key thing, because that alone will help you push through. Just have that. You know what I mean?
Make it like an affirmation.
Yeah, make it like an affirmation. Like, it's not the end of the world.
A lifestyle, routine. That's what I do as part of my self-care coaching. When I advise my clients positive affirmation, one of the tasks that I sometimes give them is to daily look in the mirror and to tell themselves, or to think of a word until they believe the word into their lifestyle. Yeah. Because it's really important, because it all starts with the mind, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
So it might feel silly, but when you do it and you see the benefits of it, and you see how it starts to work and how it starts to make a change towards your life, you will find it impactful. We are all different. So something might work for me, something might work for Glodi, something might work for somebody else. It's okay if, you know, it doesn't work for them. And if it does work for you, then that's fine. The
culture that we live in today is like, everyone sees how someone else is living their life, and then it puts them down. Start thinking, why is that not me? Why is that not me? Like, why am I not there? Why am I not on that level, on that scale?
It goes back to the influence that what we were talking about.
Yeah, exactly. But a lot of people only post happiness. Do you know what I'm saying? When they're in a good place in their life, they're gonna post. They're in a bad place in their life. It's very few people. Hi guys, this is how I'm feeling. A lot of things on social media that might make you feel like you're not doing enough, or you're not doing well enough. You just gotta remember, like, everyone's got their own lanes.
Go in your own pace.
Go in your own pace. Like, do you know what I'm saying? If I
get there eventually.
Exactly. If I had that thought process, like, I've lost so much years in prison. Like, do you know what I mean? And I had phones in jail. I'm looking at people living their life, building their life, having kids now, and even getting new jobs and things like that. And I sit there and think, I'm just here wasting away.
You get the courage to change your life.
For me, like, the turning point was my last offence.
Prior to that, you went to prison already twice.
Yeah, I went to prison already twice. Do you know what I mean? So at the age of 20, looking at my third prison sentence, and when I got found guilty, the media had like a huge frenzy about it. Like, the day I was getting sentenced, there was like news coverage all throughout the whole day on like every news channel. And it was when I called my mum. My mum works with the NHS, and she didn't really know much about my case. Like, do you know what I'm saying? She don't really get involved in that sort of things. Like, do you know what I'm saying? But it was when I spoke to her, not knowing that she could actually potentially see that, when I called her to kind of like tell her I'm in prison, this and that, and the embarrassment of her having to tell me that her work colleagues came up to her, do you have a son? And for her, I had to think, like,
in the shock as well,
because she didn't even know either. So it must have been very intrusive, shock, embarrassing, and it was seen like I've ruined the family name. Like, do you know what I'm saying? I've put dirt on the family. One thing as well, like, you know what it's like growing up Congolese. It was like, I lost the support of my mum's friends, family, cousins, this and that. Everyone was kind of like, stay away from this kid. Yeah. And it was one of those things where people that I grew up with in church, playing, things like that, is like their families told them to stay away from me. Do you know what I'm saying?
So it's like you became a disease, like you was kind of alienated the way they made you feel, like inhuman.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, oh, he's a bad boy and he's a criminal, and every parent was trying to keep their kids away from me, even though we're the same age. And we used to all play together, but it was one of those things where like, no, don't follow his footsteps, knowing that I've been jailed twice already. Do you know what I'm saying? So I felt kind of like a black sheep. I had to sit down and do like a lot of self-reflection and think like, if I was to pass away, what would I like to be remembered by? Do you know what I'm saying? Do I want to be remembered by the title they've given me, or do I want to rewrite my own story? Do you know what I'm saying? So I thought I need to rewrite my own story, because I did not come to this country as a kid as what they've labelled me.
Makes sense now why, rightfully so, if you've had that experience.
People will pick up a phone, cuss you, hear what they've been told, and then they're just like, yep, that's it. Make the phone call. Oh yeah, turn on the TV. Yeah, this is what he done. He's done it. Like, he's a criminal.
Like they try to write you off.
Yeah, he's a criminal. Tell the kids don't hang around with him. This and that. But I was fine with that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I was already from young, I was already that my own person. Being isolated from my own community, obviously it affected me. You know what I'm saying?
Did you become used to it? It became
yeah. Like I wasn't really bothered. It was just more like, cool, you lot stay over there, I stay over here in my own lane.
Quite lonely for you then?
Yeah. It was lonely for me, but prison's lonely as well. Do you know what I mean? So you get used to loneliness. Loneliness kind of becomes your power, if you like. It's like you're in your head, you're in your own thoughts, you've got your own plans, you don't have to share with anyone, you don't have to talk to anyone, you don't have to depend on anyone, and you can't be let down by anyone. Do you know what I'm saying? So being lonely can be a very powerful tool if you use it correctly. Do you know what I'm saying? If you don't use it correctly, then obviously you can get depressed, you can get low, you can feel worthless, things like that. But if you're lonely, you can actually turn it around and be like, this is great. Like, I've got no one in my ears telling me what to do. I've got my plan, I've got my vision, and I'm gonna like conquer it. And then when you start doing small things, it makes you even want to be more by yourself, because it's like, I've already done this.
Yeah, and that's my next question. Even in terms of, do you find yourself being more isolated now, or do you spend time with people?
I'm comfortable by myself. Like, I'm more comfortable by myself. I feel like if I'm in a room with a crowd of people, I'd rather just listen. I'm a big analyzer. Like, being by myself has made me a big analyzer. So like, if I'm in a room with people, like, I'm looking at like body language, like the way people are talking, speaking. I'm scanning the whole room. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And I keep all my thoughts to myself. Do you know what I'm saying? But unless someone comes up to me, it makes me feel welcome. I'm comfortable, literally just being the guy in the background that no one's talking to. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm guessing most of the time you're like the underdog.
Yeah.
People, because you're in the background and you're quiet.
Yeah, exactly.
How did you break the cycle?
I think it took years for me to understand life. Do you know what I mean? Crime is one of those things where you commit it not because you want to, cry for help, to get out of poverty. You're desperate at the time. Do you know what I'm saying? And for me personally, I had to understand how life actually works. Because when I was outside doing whatever I'm doing, I didn't understand how life works. I was in a bubble. I was in my community, didn't know legitimate people. Do you know what I'm saying? So it was like a taboo. Like, it was one of those things where if I'm not doing crime, then I'm a waste man. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I'm not going over and above, not doing enough. Do you know what I'm saying? And I had to break out that cycle and realize and be really realistic with myself and think, I've gone jail once as a young offender. I've gone jail twice And then third time, it's like, how many times am I going to go jog?
Yeah.
Like,
but even at that point, so you must have the resilience, you know, and the strength.
If I'm going to be completely honest with you, like, I can't say I've never not felt suicidal. Do you know what I'm saying? There's definitely times in my life where I've been in a dark room and I've been alone and I had to question myself and ask myself, like, is it really worth me being here anymore? Because you just feel like nothing. Like, would it even make a difference if I'm not here anymore? Like, do you know what I'm saying? And like, it's not nice thoughts to have in your head when you're thinking like that. Do you know what I mean? But I've always overcome it and just thought, well, God put me here. Like, I'm here. So if this is going to be the rest of my life in prison, at least I got to see it through. Do you know what I mean? I got to see something through, and I had to keep like convincing myself that there's something better for me around the corner, and that this is not going to be how my story ends.
If you could look back, what advice would you give to your younger self?
I don't want to sit here and like tell people, don't do this, don't do that, because your life is what makes you, innit? You know what I'm saying? And like, your life experiences is definitely what gets you through and turns you into a better person. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, if I was to speak to my younger self, I would probably just say, just be more patient and learn more. I wasn't patient growing up. Like, I thought I could literally be a drug dealer all my life. I literally thought I'm gonna count $1 million in cash from drug dealing, never working, man.
So you thought you was invincible?
Not that I thought I was invincible, because I wasn't worried about the police. It was more so like, it was just so normal that I didn't know any better. So I just thought, like, this is what I'm doing, and I'm going to do it well. And that's the thing about me. It could be a positive and a negative. It's like, once I put my hands in something, I go all the way.
So you master that craft.
Exactly. And so if, like, when I first went to prison, in young offenders, I came out of jail thinking, like, I know better now in terms of my crime. You know what I'm saying? And I went to jail again and I thought, oh, I know even more better now. So I do things differently. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's just one of those things where you've just got to be able to understand what's good for you and what's bad for you.
Do you have any regrets?
Honestly, sitting here now, I don't have any regrets. I mean, I would love to have maybe like have more years in my life that I didn't lose, but God knows where I would have been. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I could be sitting here saying, I wish I never done the time I did, or I wish I never done what I did, but that could have been another dark road. I could not be here today. I could be dead. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like, I don't regret nothing, man. I just feel like using what you go through as an empowerment rather than what's the word?
Like a, not a hindrance, but
hindrance is good.
I know what you're trying to say, but I can't get the word. It goes back to, you know, it being your narrative, it being your story, it being your identity. It being your life.
Yeah. Someone said to me, like, I don't really like hold feelings a lot. Like, if me and you have an argument today, you might be so angry at me, but I'm not going to be that angry, because I think, like, let's just talk it out.
Life's too short.
Life's too short to be angry at people. Change the tune a bit to your feelings and emotions. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And I love how you've been able to turn, you know, your passion into a game.
Yeah.
So it started off as a pain as well.
Yeah, thank you.
So let's talk about Glo Fitness.
Yeah.
I know what's next. I'm very it's something that I love.
So the concept of Glo Fitness UK, like, I should have bought my book.
Yeah, you should have. We could have put it here.
I never bring it, but Glo Fitness UK, obviously my name is Glodi. So when I was in jail, I was thinking about my life. I want to be a PT. Do you know what I mean? But then I thought, well, I name myself, this and that. So then I put like Glow Fitness UK. And then I thought, I just put GLO. Do you know what I mean? And I thought the concept of glow is, it can be used for so many different things. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not just short for Glodi, it's short for glowing, like light, like beauty. Like, do you know what I'm saying? It stands for so much things that I use it to like give me confidence sometimes. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I was in jail, I was working out all the time, I was helping other people work out as well. And people were feeling good, like the feedback I was getting from other prisoners. And I mean like hardcore prisoners, like I'm talking like man them are in jail for serious cases. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Not no petty thing. And like I'm going to my cell and they're coming to my door and they're saying, yo bro, love for that. I needed that. Do you know what I'm saying? I needed that workout. Same time again tomorrow. Do you know what I'm saying? So then obviously I didn't know much about like mind and the body and the feel good feeling and this and that. But as I learnt more, I started to realise that this is actually a powerful thing. Like it's a serious thing. Like working out as a community, even working out as your own, like it can literally change your feeling, it can change your emotion, it can change everything. So then that's when I set up Glo Fitness UK. And I thought I'm just going to be a personal trainer. Do you know what I mean? But then after being released, and I've done my mentoring course in prison as well. So after being released and that, I just thought I was going through a lot of mental health stuff. I do one-to-one mentoring with young people. I do group session mentoring. I actually start a project next week with a school. I'm not going to name the school.
Congratulations.
Yeah, but I start a project next week with a school. I'm doing like 6 weeks programs for schools, mixed like classroom work and gym work. Like I'll be bringing in like ex-offenders, people who are been through a hard life, come and share their story, like professionals, like NHS staff, mental health consultants. Like it's about Glo Fitness UK, train the body, train the mind. It's about networking and putting people together.
Be in the same spaces.
Even be in the same space to work together to support the next generation.
I know there's a lot of work that takes place within the community where we're trying to bridge the gap. You know,
do you know what it is? At the end of the day, yeah, there's obviously the mandem's the mandem, the police are the police, healthcare is healthcare. Everyone's got their own department, right? And there's like a brick wall in front of everyone, right? But at the end of the day, the only way we're gonna solve this issue that there is out there in the world is like police. Like police want to come to work. It's their job.
They're there for a reason.
They're there for a reason. They're definitely there for a reason. But at the end of the day, it's their job, innit? Someone's got to fill it. They wake up in the morning, they get dressed, they come to work, they clock in, they clock out. Same as NHS staff, same as social services. It's work, innit? Do you know what I mean? So if you tweak it a little bit and say, this isn't just work, this is actually real life. Come together, not to point fingers at anyone, but just to genuinely see where everyone is going wrong and what anyone can do to support, bringing people together. Arrest. Exactly, yeah.
It starts with exposure, going to the ground and being on the front line and understanding the rationale, understanding the mindset, finding that common ground for everyone.
Exactly, yeah.
And what would you give to your younger self or somebody else who's currently going through the same thing?
I don't want to sit here and like tell people don't do this, don't do that, because your life is what makes you, innit? You know what I'm saying? And like your life experiences is definitely what gets you through and turns you into a better person. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, if I was to speak to my younger self, I would probably just say, just be more patient and learn more about the world and the universe and other people. I wasn't patient growing up. Like, I thought I could literally be a drug dealer all my life. I literally thought I'm gonna count 1 million in cash from drug dealing, never work in my life, somehow cut through without paying taxes.
So you thought you was invincible?
I thought, not that I thought I was invincible, because I wasn't worried about the police. It was more so like, it was just so normal that I didn't know any better. So I just thought like, this is what I'm doing, and I'm going to do it well. And that's the thing about me. It could be a positive and a negative. It's like, once I put my hands in something, I go all the way.
So you master that craft.
Exactly. And so if like when I first went prison, in young offenders, I came out of jail thinking like, I know better now in terms of my crime. I jail again, and I thought, oh, I know even more better now. So I do things differently. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's just one of those things where you've just got to be able to understand what's good for you and what's bad for you.
Do you have any regrets?
Honestly, sitting here now, I don't have any regrets. I mean, I would love to have maybe like have more years in my life that I didn't lose, but God knows where I would have been. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I could be sitting here saying, I wish I never done the time I did, or I wish I never done what I did, but that could have been another dark road. I could not be here today. I could be dead. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I don't regret nothing, man. I just feel like using what you go through as an empowerment rather than what's the word? Like
a, not a hindrance, but I know what you're trying to say, but I can't get the word. Like it goes back to, you know, it being your narrative, it being your identity. It being your life.
Someone said to me, like, I don't really like hold feelings a lot. Like if me and you have an argument today, you might be so angry at me, but I'm not going to be that angry, because I think like, what's the point of, like, let's just talk it out.
Life's too short.
Life's too short to be angry at people and shouting and this and that. And there's so much people in this world. It's like, if you're not happy with me, then it's fine. Life goes on. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, people get heartbroken, people get hurt. But if you actually think of it logically, those things only happen because of feelings and emotions. Do you know what I'm saying? If you like change the tune a bit to your feelings and emotions, you're still going to love, you're still going to feel, but you're not going to let things drag as long as it should do. Do you know what I'm saying?
And I love how you've been able to turn, you know, your passion into a game. So it started off as a pain, but you've turned it into a game.
Thank you.
So let's talk about Glo Fitness. I know what's next. I'm very it's something that I love. I'm a fan of as well. And I just love what you're doing.
So the concept of Glo Fitness UK, like, I should have bought my book.
Yeah, you should have. We could have put it here.
I never bring it, but so Glo Fitness UK, obviously my name is Glodi. So when I was in jail, I was thinking about my life, and I thought, I want to be a PT. Do you know what I mean? But then I thought, well, to name myself, this and that. So then I put like GLOW Fitness UK. And then I thought, I just put GLO. Do you know what I mean? And I thought the concept of glow is, it can be used for so many different things. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not just short for Glodi. It's short for glowing, like light, like beauty. Like, do you know what I'm saying? It stands for so much things that I use it to like give me confidence. Yeah, I was in jail, I was working out all the time, I was helping other people work out as well. And people were feeling good, like the feedback I was getting from other prisoners. And I mean like hardcore prisoners, like I'm talking like man them are in jail for serious cases. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Not no petty thing. And like I'm going to my cell and they're coming to my door and they're saying, yo, bro, love for that. I needed that. Do you know what I'm saying? I needed that workout. Same time again tomorrow. Do you know what I'm saying? I didn't know much about like mind and the body and the feel good feeling and this and that. But as I learnt more, I started to realise that this is actually a powerful thing. Like, it's a serious thing. Like, working out as a community, even working out as your own, like, it can literally change your feeling, it can change your emotion, it can change everything. So then that's when I set up Glo Fitness UK. And I thought, I'm just going to be a personal trainer. Do you know what I mean? But then after being released, and I'd done my mentoring course in prison as well. After being released, and I just thought, I was going through a lot of mental health stuff when I first came out, struggling to adapt. I felt worthless. I felt like I didn't really have anything. Like, everyone had everything else. I just didn't have it. I didn't know how I could be in their position. And I had a therapist that I was seeing, and I used to talk to her, and she used to like give me feedback and things like that. And then I thought I'd start helping other people. So then that's when Glo Fitness UK, Train the Body, Train the Mind, came together. Because then I realised, like, training your body is good, and like, it's all physical, but your mental state is also just as important as, if anything, is the most important.
Lastly, last question for me. Is there a way out of the street life?
I strongly believe that the street life is always going to be there, no matter what anyone does. Yeah. Just like there's always going to be war. There's always going to be rich and poor. There's always going to be people who judge. Do you know what I'm saying? So the main thing is like, people who are in the streets, just ask yourself, why are you doing it? Some people can get lost sometimes. Do you know what I'm saying? Some people might just be following their brethren.
Goes back to the influence.
Exactly. Some people could just be following their brethren, or reacting like what they've seen in their best movies, or
mimicking, copying
and things like that. Or they're like, some people actually lost someone close to them, and they're out to seek revenge. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like, we're literally all human beings. We only here and have one life. Do you know what I'm saying? And if you're gonna waste your life, or just say I quit from early, instead of prolonging the longevity of potentially killing someone, getting killed yourself,
falling into that cycle. They've still got their whole life ahead of them.
And it's like, how do you want your story to read? If someone was to open a book on your name, how would you want it to finish? Like, be the person to finish your own story. Don't make someone else finish your story for you. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I'll say as well, is that a lot of people on the streets who are involved in gang culture, people don't even have life insurance. Do you know what I'm saying?
Glo Fitness.
Yes.
Where can we find Glo Fitness?
Glo Fitness UK. You can find me on YouTube. My name, Glodi Wabelua. That's GLODI WABELUA. Type that in, I'll come up. At Glo Fitness UK, Glo.fitness on TikTok, Glo Fitness UK on Instagram. Just Google Glo Fitness UK.
I'm sure you'll find him. He's everywhere. You can't miss him. And now you've got his face locked in as well, so you'll definitely find him.
Yeah, definitely.
So based on that, thank you so much for coming today, Glodi.
No, thank you for having me.
No, you've dropped a lot of gems. Your story is so inspirational. We've come to the end of the show today, but I hope that you've been touched and moved by Glodi's story. Just remember, no matter what you go through during the dark times, any trials, tribulations, whatever you go through, you're never written off. You always have a second chance. You can always, even a third chance. With Glodi, I had to experience it the third time round. Look at where he is now. He's able to change his life around. You could also do it too. Never write yourself off. You should always believe in yourself. And as a community, as people, we need to continue to support one another. And as what we said previously as well, don't suffer in silence. We need to preserve our mental health. We need to preserve our well-being. And we also need to think about generational wealth as well. That's very important. And we need to better ourselves. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next Sunday.
Isn't for them. It is for you.
Right?
Say
So that again.
If you
say that again to the camera. Say that again to the camera.
So if that's what you needed in that moment to get past whatever it was that was bothering you, then that's what you needed. Afterwards, if your friends are judging you about it, then that's it. That's out of your control.
That's it. You have to question the kind of friends as well.